So I wanted to discuss this new film that's out. You probably haven't heard about it, but I believe that it should be one of the most talked about films of this day. And we're talking about July 4th, 2023. July 4th is a special time in the United States of America. It's a holiday where we celebrate the, I guess, freedom as a country, um, our independence. And very few people know some of the statistics about America, especially inside of America, and some of the things that takes place. Um, I know it's a lot of things political going on and socially, and people are looking at the country a lot differently, but it's still a lot of things that we haven't really discussed. And one of those things is child trafficking. I know over the past few years, um, especially with the prior administration, child trafficking was a big topic, um, pedophilia and things like that. And the movie that I'm referencing that's out as of yesterday, July, is a movie called Sound of Freedom. And it's a movie about child trafficking. It's a movie about international child trafficking, but very few people know that United States of America is one of the top consumers of child trafficking. And if you don't know what child trafficking is, it's pretty much child prostitution. It's not regular prostitution, it's child prostitution. Children that's only 4 and 5 years old being prostituted several times a day for years until they're, no longer usable. And some people even say at that point they would basically kill them for their organs. Um, and that could be a conspiracy, and maybe it could be true. But we do not really talk about, maybe for our own conscience or maybe for our own ignorance, the level of child trafficking in this world, and especially in the United States. We all love our children and our family members, but very few of us can relate or even comprehend something happened to small children. But for a lot of countries, especially third world countries, it's very common for children, young girls and boys, to be sold off into slavery and raped and things of that nature. And that can be very graphic. But what I would say about the film, if you really look at it from the very beginning, it's a very well put together film. It's not a big studio film. It's not big marketing budget, but it's really grassroots, and that's why I wanted to do my part. I heard about it not too long ago, and me and my mom went to see it, and like we figured, it's definitely a movie we want to let everybody know about. But the quality of the film was exceptional. The acting, the scenes, it didn't look like anywhere near a low budget film. And I mean, the children actors were exceptional. The music, I mean, everything. It has everything that's worthy of high recognition, from just the quality of the story, and then it's based off a true story, Tim Ballard. And Angel Studios is the studio company. They've done a lot of faith-based, so that's probably another reason why you don't hear a lot about it. It's a faith-based movement, but everybody needs to see this story. It's not about religion. It's about this situation, and these people wanted to put the story out with Tim Ballard. Just one of the stories, a minute that he's experienced. And I mean, I can go on and on about some of the scenes, but some of the things that really stood out, they say over $150 billion industry a year. And they made the comment, or the stat, that says that more people are in slavery now than when it was illegal, or when it was legal. And I've made this comment recently, But I mean, it really brings it home that we talk about slavery in the past, but we don't recognize slavery right now in the present. And it's children right now in slavery, more children in slavery now than ever in history. They're literally enslaved to somebody who's making them do things that they don't want to do. They stole them away from their family. It's some scenes in the beginning of the movie where they show video footage, and I've seen these videos on social media, not really knowing what it was, really, but it was showing scenes of these, I don't know, traffickers kidnapping people's kids right off the street, right off under their nose while they're playing or standing outside, and they're storming a car, put them on a bike. And even though this is in, Colombia and, South America, Central America, different places, we've heard these things even in the United States. I mean, we see and we kind of glance over, the number of people who are missing and on the back of a milk cart, and then children missing. And we kind of see it on the news one day and then we just forget about it. We don't really know the result of it. But similar things, kids disappear, and we automatically assume it's because the kids maybe were troubled and didn't have a family, and maybe that's partially true in some cases, and maybe people do target kids who come from an unstable background, maybe not have a family or the support system. But needless to say, that is no excuse, because the industry is the industry, and we are the top consumer of just the child trafficking industry as a whole, whether it's the prostitution of them or child porn on the dark web. Child porn is very big in the United States, and somebody needs to do something about it, and it's a light being shone on it for a reason. I mean, I've seen a scene in the movie where he was saying that like 22 million new images a year are out. It's like a 5,000% growth, so it's like, it's a growing industry. And even the movie itself struggled. It took 5 years for them to get the movie out, and it wasn't all financial. They did everything they could to keep it classy and tasteful as possible, and to make it where as many people as possible see the movie. And so I'm going to encourage every influencer, especially the Christian influencers, to get behind this movie and help get the word out about what's going on. I mean, it's time. I mean, we've been hearing about it. We've seen things with people like Jeffrey Epstein. We've seen different things about what happened at Penn State on a high level, on the government levels, and there's still a lot to be done. We've seen a lot going with children. It's time for people to open their eyes. We've seen things with what's going on with the abortion, and a lot of things is interesting enough is being targeted after our children. It's time that we really start to recognize what's going on. Something is off, even with some of the things going on. Honestly, even with the Pride Week and thing, and Pride Month, and some of the rallies and the things were saying, we're coming for your children. Like, what does that have to do with anything? We defend a lot of stuff, justify a lot of stuff, make excuses for a lot of stuff, but who in their right mind defends anything like that? What does that even mean? There's nothing positive about that. But it fits along the line with a lot of things are coming for our children. Over the years, the generations have seen a lot of things come for the children. There's a lot of things that children shouldn't be exposed to that they are. And it's been increasing, from the music to the movies to the internet, social media. It's coming for the children. We see it in the school system. The behavior is different. And that's an entirely different topic, but is it really? You know, one of the themes in the movie was God's children are not for sale. And that can really mean a lot of different things. It can be for sale or for sale. It's their future. It's their everything about who they're designed to be. What are we selling that off to and for? So it's really time for parents and the community as a whole to start protecting the children again, being mindful of what you're exposing them to and being mindful of what's out there that's seeking to harm them or alter who they're designed to be. And when we say design, you know, especially as a believer in God, everybody's born clearly with a unique something about them. Their personality, their skill set, their purpose, their identity is unique. And when somebody alters it during the innocent phase of their life, through trauma, through, you know, abuse, that's a very sick thing. Because psychologically, who wants to go through that? Who can make it through that and be the person who they're designed to be without having to struggle through the things that they were exposed to? So I just wanna make a call, everyone. If you haven't heard about it, you heard about it now. I encourage you to go with someone, a group, a church group, an organization. Go out to see the movie Sound of Freedom. Very, very good movie. Very good message. Very good movement that's worthy for everybody to stand behind. Everybody. So I think it was no better time, you know, July 4th. And I just wanted to take the time before all the festivities get to going to put this out here. And I hope it serves its purpose, and I hope someone benefits from it. You all have a great 4th.